Trump deployed the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee to crack down on the crime that is happening there. And the black residents are starting to appreciate it. More people are going to need to hear this. So make sure to like the video so that YouTube recommends it to more.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think it's true time. I was against pretty much everything that was coming towards Memphis. I was against this National Guard, all these different police units, all this military, all this shit. I was against all this shit coming to the end, right? Especially when I was the one learning shit about Memphis and how the crime been down 25% than it has in like hella years and shit. Like Memphis been doing good. We just had the most peaceful summer in a long little time. Just for these folks to still come with this shit. I was against this shit, bro. And then I seen the numbers after the first week of rounding up niggas. These folks then got 16 convicted murderers off the streets in 1 week.
Nice.
Black people. I know there's a lot of Memphis folks talking about all the niggas gone now and they over here, the police pulling over all the good, hard-working people. Hey, if that was the case, I'm sorry. But I can't wholeheartedly say they doing a bad thing now that I just seen them numbers, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. And I'm a real Memphis nigga. I love my city. I love once again, nigga, this where I'm at. As I wait on the motherfucking bus, I'm in the heart of this shit. I love this shit. But I would be lying if I ain't just read them numbers and say, damn, that's a good thing for Memphis.
Something to note here is that Trump deployed the Tennessee National Guard, so some of these people are local to the state. It's a joint task force that includes state and federal officials. Now, the left is going to complain that we're taking away states' rights and using federal forces for things, as if that's not something we haven't been doing. In 1962, President Kennedy federalized the Mississippi National Guard and sent 3,000 federal troops to enforce the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling that allowed James Meredith to go to the university. And the troops quelled the riots that erupted during that integration process. Then Central High School in Little Rock, President Eisenhower sent the 101st Airborne Division to Little Rock to escort the Little Rock Nine, a group of African-American students, into the high school after Governor Orville Faubus, I don't know how to say that, used the Arkansas National Guard to prevent their entry. The troops protected the students and enforced the federal court order for integration. Does the left truly believe that equal access to education is somehow more warranted than having a safe living environment so that you can even attend school? Do they truly believe that? Or is it just that the person who is in office is someone that they don't like? If Obama was deploying these troops, do you think that they would be complaining even 1% as much as they are? Because just as much as the states were harming black students in America, the crime is harming black Americans in these cities because the cities are failing to properly police those areas.
I'm out of this, y'all. I ain't got no more commentary on this National Guard shit being here, the police, the over police. I ain't got shit to say to that, bro, because it's kind of hard for me to say they doing us wrong when they really getting convicted fucking murderers and fellas with guns off the street, bro. Hey, bro. Y'all just be easy, bro. Be easy.
I think most of us on the right support this move, but there is that libertarian kind of wing of the right that thinks maybe this is a bit of an overreach. Let me know what you think down below. Do you support this move? Do you think that maybe it's not warranted until things really get out of hand? Or you think this is the right time to do it?
I'm always got to be the person to say it, and I don't want to be the person to say it. But Donald Trump has been president for 9 months. 9 months! And I'm seeing videos from Chicago, D.C., where people are like, yo, I feel safe. My kids feel safe. This is the best thing he ever did for us. So what was happening all these years that this shit... Like, literally, I've known D.C. and Virginia to have this type of shit going my whole life. And I'm in my 40s, okay? Almost touching it. So what was really truly going on? If a motherfucker became president 9 months ago and cleared that shit out with just a flick of the pen, I'm just thinking, like, did y'all really ever care? Did y'all really ever care? Like, you, from an observation aspect, this has been going on for decades. Decades. And this motherfucker just sent the National Guard there. And it's all over? So what was fucking happening?
The problem is that the left cares more about optics than outcomes. That is the problem. They are so afraid of being viewed as racist in any capacity, and they're so afraid of doing anything that will solve these problems so that we stop having to spend money on these problems, because there is an entire industry around having crime and policing crime and having broken families, with as far as proctor care and foster care goes, as far as having all these social programs, these housing programs. It's an entire industry in the same way that privatized prisons are. At the government level, at the we're spending your taxes level, there's very little incentive to fix these problems. In fact, if anything, the incentives are there to increase the problems and to increase funding and needing to raise taxes to deal with these social problems.
What was truly happening where the police department, where the government officials of that state wasn't getting this shit cleaned up? Something ain't adding up. It's not adding up. And we got to hold people accountable. We got to hold people accountable for the years that this shit has been going on. And it only took a flip of the pen, the flip of the fucking pen, to get this shit back. Fix it, Jesus.
All right, so since there's been a lot of talk on TikTok about the National Guard, let me give y'all my take now. Check this out. I'm a retired street nigga, right? I've been in the hood, I've been in the street, so, you know what I'm saying, I understand that this where y'all think they should be, right? And y'all think that this shit only affects the criminals. Y'all think, like, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't doing no criminal activity in the city not that bad. Stop fucking lying, fool, to y'all selves. Now, I'm a suburban guy. I stay in the suburbs now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever you would deem as the suburbs of Memphis, that's where I stay, right? I'm gonna tell you, bitch ass nigga, where I stay, but that's where I stay, right? So I went to the Kroger.
Stuff was locked up.
Young niggas act like they wanted to do something to me. I had gave one young nigga $10, you know what I'm saying, for some candy. Mind you, these niggas is grown, look like they perked out over age. Man, I just give them a little 5, 10, just get out my face. Gave one young nigga 10, he went and got his other partner. They like, bro, can you give us on too? I'm like, I just gave him, y'all split the money. Man, I ain't gonna lie, big bro. Like, shit, man, we really could use an extra 10. What? So then them folks try to, like, 4 of them, they try to, like, the slick surround my car, fool. They tried to surround my car, bro. Like, still saying the same thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did that and other. So all that, this shit just be for the criminals talk, nigga. I'm not a criminal, cuz. Nigga, I'm old. I ain't no criminal. And them young, I was gonna have to get on there with them folk. I was like in shock for my life. I'm like, damn, cuz, can I get my hand under my seat fast enough? So what I did was I told the young nigga, I'm like, damn, okay. All right, find me a pump, bro, because the gas station was packed. And this is how I know God be on your side, too. I'm like, fool, find me a pump. They're like, all right, big bro, all right. So one of them gonna try to, like, to stay there to make sure I was gonna go to the pump. When the other young niggas turned their head, nigga, I pulled off. What?
You have to have a minimum amount of stability in a community in order for that community to grow, and in order for that community to get investment from outside companies. Nobody's going to want to build a business, even a local business, in an area that could potentially put them at risk of being robbed. And then you don't have jobs, you don't have income, you don't have revenue coming in from that new business because they've decided to put their business somewhere else. Once you have a place that is minimally safe, then it is investable. And by having those investments, you can then get more and more and more investments. That is why wealth typically congregates in certain areas and stays in that area. And it's not evenly distributed throughout the US and even throughout states. It is distributed in different pockets. And a lot of that has to do with the crime rates in those areas, which affect the viability of a business's success.